Why wedding? Why now? As my friend Nando puts it, weddings are just about status, he says. She just want to get the 5-story Twin Tower cake and show all her friends what she got. And you know, he's got a point. Few can afford a big wedding these days. A 2013 study calls modern marriage a middle-class luxury, saying a lack of steady employment makes most people too concerned with their own survival to provide materially and emotionally for others. This understandably makes many wonder if the ones getting hitched are just grandstanding. But getting married for status is not only done by gratuitous blingy show-offs. Those in poverty have also caught on to the nuptial privileges, even if it is a struggle to fulfill many of the responsibilities that come with it. While working in a community health clinic in Manhattan, for example, I had a homeless client who married her girlfriend so they would be upgraded to a family shelter. This provided them more safety, privacy, and space than before. So yes, there are a variety of reasons people of all stripes seek the social privilege of marriage. Although I suspect that many, if not most, wedding-bound couples are after something more than status, despite appearances. Something invisible and hard to define. Something more than, here's what I've got, take that. I believe we have drives that transcend the reductiveness of happy endings, even though riding into the sunset, the end, has been the most popular way to discuss weddings throughout the centuries. I suspect there is a more ineffable and commonly shared drive to marry within many of us. I think we viscerally experience this drive every time we break off from families and start to form new ones. For example, critical of the marital status game as he may be, Nando says he does want to get hitched to his boyfriend, for the legal protections, he said at first, in light of their status as a binational couple. But as we talked further, he revealed he wants something more than sitting around a desk signing papers on a random afternoon. He wants a proposal. Not a rock that anchors her hand to the floor. I wouldn't be with a school teacher if that's what I wanted. But there's an inexplicable fantasy he wants to enact. Perhaps a security that transcends residency or finances and is deeper than a vapid declaration of, look, we're soulmate twin flames forever. An inexplicable something he searches for words to describe. The specific words Nando eventually does find will be the linchpin of his wedding, and perhaps reveal he is more alike than different from the married folk of whom he's sometimes critical. Many couples I spoke to, especially straight ones, simply thought having a wedding was a way to move forward, to become adults, to segue into a new life together, to be witnessed, validated, and celebrated as a couple, and to garner support as an established nuclear family prepared to raise a child. As it turns out, getting married to raise a kid in a secure home with two legally bound parents is seemingly the most popular America's Sweetheart answer to the question of why, even if romantic love does not share top billing at the event. For instance, when my older brother Angus and sister-in-law Summer, not their real names, they chose their aliases, were married after almost a decade together and after entering the reception to the tune of the Mission Impossible theme. Their officiant explained their choice to marry by saying, Angus wanted to start a family. He was in upstate New York. As a testament to their ceremonial intent, Angus and Summer are terrific parents to two radiant girls. My mind cracked wide open on this topic a few years ago during dinner at the home of an opposite-sex married couple we know. My seat at the table was directly facing two enormous Warholian portraits of our host's two tween girls. Late in the evening, we were engaging in meaningless chatter, contemplating whether the actor-choreographer Joel Grey might be gay. It was really late. I pondered, he does have a daughter. As I said, it was really, really late. The husband, a former figure skater, just giving you the facts, replied coolly, intently, with a flicker of raised eyebrow and a breathy, effeminate tone, "That's neither here nor there." Then he stared at me. The Warholian portraits also stared over his shoulder, all of their eyes boring into my skull. A quick chill down the spine, and I stood corrected, informed, and improved. Everyone's deal is unique. No judgments here, it's all good. The reasons we all get connubial with each other are personal, various, and distinct, though some are more on trend than others. You'll save a ton of stress, confusion, arguments, embarrassment, and grief if you know exactly what yours are before making any plans. My friend Yasmin says she originally chose to be married, mostly for the sake of her future kid, but she discovered that having the palpable love and safety she's cultivated with her husband David mirrored back to them by family at her ceremony was deeply meaningful to her. Yasmin is motivated by her faith in Judaism and finds it particularly important to be married, to create a family for the survival of the Jewish people. As we discussed this drive for survival, she referenced the Holocaust. Given Yasmin's why for getting married, it would seem there is much more in common between marital goals of traditional Jews and those who are LGBT or T than many often think. There's the shared history, of course. Those considered to be homosexual were also prisoners in Nazi Germany. The pink triangles and the Stars of David suffered in the camps together. I'm always stung when this historical trauma, this link between us, is disavowed. For example, during the high holidays, I'm often approached on the streets of Brooklyn by several Orthodox men of all ages asking, my friend, are you Jewish? Whenever I say, no, but I'm gay, are you gay? Which is every time. The response is one of disgust. Even one time in Chelsea, the heart of NYC gay life, of all places, they respond as if my intention is to insult, which is insulting to me, as opposed to my real intention, which is to provoke laughter, to provoke thinking, and make a bid for kindred connection using their very method. Unlike traditional Jewish families, same-sex parents, of course, don't necessarily have children of the same tribe or minority status. But all of us, have identities and loves we want to protect, to be recognized, and to survive. Women and men who don't have their own children are connected to nieces, nephews, students, patients, and various other lives they help to grow. And those little ones in turn hold them in mind, carrying on their dignity. We can all agree that a wedding symbolizes the birth of a family unit, whatever form that may take. The word family means a lot of things, not only raising one's own children. Lesbians, Jews, gays, Native Americans, persons of transgender, African Americans, Chinese Americans, Mexican Americans, Korean Americans, and many others have a shared queer history of abjection and genocide, even in our own country. As well as a history of identity we do not want to be forgotten. And all of us, including white straight couples, are more alike in wanting marriage than we are different, even though our identity labels can be deceiving. And on that note, I'd like you to know that Yasmin's husband identifies as queer,